compete with the guys on the field and making plays with them. This is all happening for a reason, and I'm working my tail off to make sure that when my time comes, I'm ready to go.
Will you be, I don't know if you know this, but will you be good to go for summer workouts? Are you on schedule for that?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, obviously I'm in a yellow jersey right now for spring. That just really has to do with just like the contact aspect. But like this winter I was running, cutting, planting, doing all that stuff. Was doing really well. And then this spring was doing really well with cuts and all that stuff. And I'm ready to go, man. I feel really good right now. Feel confident in myself, feel confident in my leg, feel confident in my ability, and it's time to go, man. It's time to ride.
So because everybody talks about having to push through that point mentally where they don't think about or worry about cutting. You have pushed through that in your mind?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm ready to go, man.
When you're at your best, your full health, what do you expect to be able to give this defense?
Oh man, it's one thing Coach Fick talks about a lot is just effort and attitude, and that's something that definitely I feel like I definitely bring to the table. Running to the football, I'm a pretty fast guy. Just bringing that speed, bringing that athleticism to the back end. Along with the other guys like Austin Brown, Hunter, Moy, Owen. I could keep going on. Preston, Charlie Jarvis. Like literally the whole room is just filled with guys that are have the same mindset of get to the ball, make an impact on the game, and that's what we're gonna bring. That's what we're gonna bring all year.
The way safeties are used in this defense, what are the major similarities and differences from previous years?
Yeah, so we still drop down the box. We still fit the run. We're still expected to be cover guys. Defense is defense, regardless of where you go, man. Whether you look at the NFL level, the high school level, college level. There's a lot of different offensive schemes and things, and like you can get into the specifics of defense, like 3-4, 4-3, all this stuff, over, under. But on the back end, it's pretty consistent. And on our end, we're still going to be in the box, fitting the run. We're still going to be covering receivers and tight ends. We're still going to be in the post, kind of protecting everybody. And at the end of the day, football is football. So.
Luke's kind of joked about, the ways that you haven't necessarily adhered to your yellow jersey sometimes. I mean, how eager are you to, sort of get back in it?
Get back to it? Oh, it's every day. I mean, for the first couple of practices, I was hitting anything I could, but they kind of made me chill out from that a little bit. But no, it's good. I'm ready to go. Like I said before, like I'm confident. Put in the time, put in the effort to make sure that when opportunities like this come, I'm ready for it, and I'm ready for it now. And when it's time to go, once I get that yellow off, it's fair game for anybody that wants it. So
you didn't hit your offensive coordinator like one of your teammates did.
Oh, no. No, that was just, that was, like I said, that was effort and attitude, man. He was just getting to the ball. If you're in the way, you're in the way. Get off the tracks, man.
Quarterback team.
Damn. Trey, we've seen some. I saw some of the off-season videos. What was like the top speed that you ended up hitting on?
Like I was
treadmill?
It was like 20 point something, man. It was up there.
And this was during recovery too.
I was about. I want to say I was maybe like 8 or 9 months out, maybe.
Okay.
So, yeah, man. Like I said, like. Put in the time, bro. I put in the time downstairs with Bailey, which is like the great PT we have downstairs. Put in the time with the great ATs we have downstairs to make sure when these opportunities present themselves that I'd be ready to go. And this winter, I was able to do a lot of stuff with the team with very little restrictions. So I feel good about where I am and the work that I've put in to be ready for these situations.
Did you get to do any work with Coach Collins this offseason?
Oh yeah,
okay.
A ton of it. A lot of lifting. Coach Collins, man, the whole new strength and conditioning staff, great guys, man. And I worked with a lot this winter with Coach Felino, and great guy. But he pushed me to be the best I could be in there, and there was very little restrictions in there as well, and he pushed me for sure. Like I was dead just about every day, but it helped me to be, you know, where I am right now, and feel as confident as I am right now in my knee and in my ability and everything. So, yeah.
Austin pointed out a lot of the similarities between Coach Leonard and Coach Hitschler. The two differences, he said: one, Coach Hitch loves to yell, and two, the differences in technique are a little bit different. What can you say about how you guys have embraced kind of those two different things?
Yeah, like I was kind of just saying, like at the end of the day, defense kind of stays defense. But I will say, like in terms of coaching style, it's a little bit different. Coach Hitch is a little louder, and but it's cool, man. I think we've embraced it, and I think you know, we've learned from it. We learned from him just as much as we learned from Coach Leonard. And shout out to Coach Leonard, by the way, just a great guy overall. You know, we miss him for sure, but Coach Hitch he's done what he needed to do to make sure we're ready out there, and you know, we're destined to a well.
You said a couple times, Travian, football is football, defense is defense. Is that something that perspective of someone who's been around a little while like you, does that help? I mean, being a 60-year guy, you just have a little better perspective than most.
I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean, I've been around football my whole life. Obviously, my dad played in the league for several years. I've watched the game long past the time that he retired, and you kind of just start seeing similarities. And when you get to learn from somebody like Coach Leonard, who just knows so much about the game and also played as long as he did, you start seeing the similarities in coverages and the defenses overall. It's really just about who you could put in what spot. Cover 3 is cover 3. Whether you put the safety in the weak hook or you put the safety in the strong hook, move some different people around. Cover 3 is cover 3. So cover 4 is cover 4. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It just is what it is. So like when you start seeing that, it kind of helps you realize, you know, I got to be in this spot. I have help here. I have help over top of me. It just helps be able to play faster. Just kind of knowing where your help is. So yeah, man, football is football, like I said before. So it's been nice to kind of like be free in that and like know that I have help here, so I can just play fast through this. And it's been good.
You probably get a lot of advice from a lot of different sources too. Like another perspective question. Coach Leonard went through significant injuries in his career. Your dad played. Were those pretty obvious choices, like to bounce some stuff off of too for you when you're going through what you went through in the last year?
My dad is the go-to. I talk to my dad just about anything, and you know, he helped me through this time, giving me tips and advice on because he has a vast network of people he knows and connects with. So as soon as he found out, he started reaching out to all types of people, like, hey, what should we do for this? What should we do for that? And he was just passing all that information along to me, just to speed up my recovery. And man, that's my go-to for sure, is my dad. Man, he's helped me so much along this process, and I can't thank him enough for it, for sure.
What was the turn the corner moment for you in your rehab? Because we see the social media clips where you're hitting 20 miles per hour plus. When was that in the process when you thought, all right, I'm back?
Yeah.
I'm on the verge of being back.
Yeah, I would say at about 6 months, because I tested just about, like, we have performance testing downstairs, just trying to see where your knee's at compared to the other one, just your strength and all that stuff. And I would say at 6 months is the test where, like, you can start running and doing all that stuff. And obviously it didn't feel 100%, like not that many people feel 100% at 6 months, but just feeling like myself running again on land, and being able to cut, being able to squat, being able to jump, single leg jumps. I feel like that was kind of the turning point. That was around 6 months, just like seeing myself do all the normal stuff that regular people, like healthy people, get to take for granted, and I wasn't able to do for so long. Seeing myself be able to do that again, I would say that was definitely a turning point. Of like, man, I'm really close to being able to be back with the guys.
So should I assume the day you take off the yellow jersey, you'll be the happiest dude on campus?
100%, 100%. Yes, sir.